Lately, I've been sitting more with uncertainty, more than I ever have before. And not in like a dramatic way, not in like something is wrong way, just in a very real, everyday way. There are some parts in my life right now that I don't have a plan for. And instead of rushing to create one like the old version of me would and panic and I have to solve this right now, I have to do this right now, I'm just letting that be true. On some days that feels calm, and other days I might feel like I'm standing in the middle of something that is unfinished. And today I just wanted to talk about what it's been like to stop planning everything so tightly and what I'm learning from letting life stay a bit uncertain. Hi guys, it's Jessica. Welcome to my channel. Let's get right into it. Why does uncertainty feel so uncomfortable? I think most of us were taught that certainty equals safety. We're taught to plan, to know what's next, to have goals stacked on goals. Not knowing feels irresponsible, lazy, risky. So when life enters a season where it doesn't give you clear direction, what happens? Your nervous system panics, turns panic mode on, because uncertainty might feel like, what if I'm wasting my time? What if I'm making the wrong move? What if I look back and regret this exact moment I'm going through right now? But you know what? Right now I'm sitting in that space, and I've been sitting in that space for a few months right now, trying to figure everything out. I could force a plan, but something in me doesn't want to. I feel like it's that time where I'm done forcing things and planning ahead, and everything has to be completely known, everything has to be completely organized. No, not this time. And this isn't because I don't care. Of course I care and I get anxious sometimes. But I'm so tired of living from this fear that is disguised as structure. And you know what? I don't know what's next. I don't know. And this is something that I've been practicing. I've been saying to myself, I don't know what's next, and that's true. Not as a positive affirmation and not as something dramatic, it's just honest. There are parts of my life where I genuinely don't know what the next chapter looks like, what I'll commit to long term, or what direction will feel right in 6 months. I don't know. And instead of rushing like to fill all those gaps, I'm just letting it exist. That doesn't mean like, oh, I've given up, I'm throwing my life. No. Not at all. It means I'm just listening. Because sometimes this uncertainty isn't a problem to fix. It's just information. And letting go of planning doesn't mean letting go of responsibility. Because this matters and I need you to listen to this. Letting go of planning doesn't mean of letting go of yourself. I still show up. I still try. I still take care of my body, of my mind, and of course of my responsibilities. The difference is I'm not gripping to that future anymore. I'm not saying this has to work out exactly like this or else. I'm just saying I'll respond to whatever shows up. And this shift might sound subtle, but it's actually huge. But emotionally, it's a huge thing. Because planning used to be how I tried to control outcomes. Now I'm just practicing presence instead, living in the moment. And if I'm being honest, the hardest part about this isn't uncertainty itself. It's also the fear of judgment. You know, when you talk to people or family members and they're like, so what's your plan? What are you going to do with your life? And I don't have a clear answer, and you're just there like, well, I'm just figuring things out. And you might like have this quiet shame of not having things figured out. I was just having this conversation with my boyfriend not long ago, saying I'm just looking around and at my friends and also social media, and you're like, everyone has everything figured out and I have no idea what to do with my life. I don't know what I like. I don't know what I want to do. And you go into like this little panic. And I always thought when I was younger, like, oh, by my 30s, my life is going to be figured out. I'm going to be in this stage of my life. And like I had this whole life imagined and it's not going to plan. And you might feel like a bit of shame in yourself, like, I really thought that this was going to be my life, and it's nothing at all like I imagined. But you know what? Here's what I'm learning. Just because something isn't planned doesn't mean it's meaningful. Your life career could just appear and you wouldn't even know it. Imagine if you had planned your whole life, like, okay, I'm going to do this, and you stay in this job for the rest of your life, and that opportunity never appears. And I feel that most important shifts in life don't come from strategy, they come from surrender. Just when you accept your situation and just let things be. So what I'm doing right now, I'm practicing not forcing clarity. So this means not deciding before I feel ready, not rushing intuition, and not demanding certainty from myself. And this can be uncomfortable because clarity might feel productive and waiting might feel passive. But waiting, when it's intentional, it's not doing nothing, it's actually making space. Space for things to reveal themselves naturally. Space for desires to change. Space for life to meet you halfway. And I'm learning that clarity often comes after movement, not before it. So letting life be uncertain is actually an act of trust. Trust that I can handle change, I can adapt, and I don't need to predict everything to be okay. I won't lie. Some days you're just like go into panic mode and you want to control everything and get your life back and just plan everything, your future. But other days your head is feeling better and you just keep trusting. You feel less pressure, less judgment, and less anxiety about getting it right. And I think that's how you know that you are moving in the right direction. Not when things feel perfect, but when they just feel honest. So if you're watching this and you feel behind or you feel lost or like everyone knows what they're doing except you, I just want you to know that you're not failing. You might just be in a season where your only job is to listen instead of deciding. A season where life is asking you to soften and not to strategize. And that could be hard if you are someone that likes to control, that likes a structure, or that likes certainty. But this doesn't mean you're stuck. It means that something is rearranging. So you have to trust. So right now, that is what I'm choosing. I'm choosing to show up to my day without it needing to lead somewhere specific. I'm just choosing to follow what feels aligned today, not 5 years from now. I'm choosing to trust that clarity will meet me when I need it and not when I demand it. And honestly, that feels like growth to me. So just remember, if life feels uncertain to you right now, you don't need to fix that immediately. You don't need to rush into answers, and you don't need to explain yourself to anyone. Sometimes the most courageous thing you can do is let life unfold without gripping to it too tightly. And I'm here in this with you. I'm still learning, I'm still unlearning, and still trusting one step at a time. And if all you do today is breathe and let things be unfinished, that's enough for today. That's enough. So if you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps me out. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys next Wednesday. Bye.